everybody, my name is Maya and welcome to my channel. So I've been a cosplayer for about 3.5 years now, and I decided that it was time to look back and react to some of my old cosplay TikToks. So without further ado, let's get started.
Here we go. Not gonna mess this up. Not gonna mess this up. Here we go. Ready? Hi.
That was my first ever cosplay, my first time getting into cosplay, my first time on TikTok. And I will always remember how not to do Todoroki scar makeup because of that day. Before filming, I cut the wig. It took like 2 hours to try to cut the bangs, nothing serious, just little snips. And then I did the makeup, and I took some red lipstick, covered my face in it to create the Todoroki scar, and after filming, I could not get it off. And my skin was so irritated, it was red, it was like underneath the makeup it was red. So I will always remember that if you're gonna use lipstick to make the Todoroki scar, use a brush. Use a brush, do only a tiny bit of lipstick. Don't do what I did. That was the biggest takeaway I got from that point in time. Just go light on the lipstick if it's not on your lips, because I still remember just trying to wipe it off for like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, oh god, I should not have done this, I should not have done this. And I was so paranoid the next time I did the cosplay. I took my brush and I did tiny itty bitty little bits of lipstick and then did the rest as eyeshadow. But yeah, I do like that little thing, because now every single year on the anniversary of my first cosplay day, this video that was posted on April 18th, now every year on April 18th, I duet the video making a long chain of my cosplay progression, which is really fun. So yeah, on to the next one.
Oh my god, so weird how Friday the 13th is on a Tuesday this month. Friday the 13th is on a Tuesday. Oh god, I need a fucking Advil and a bottle of Jack Daniels right now.
I don't have much to add to that. I just thoroughly enjoyed that. I found that audio, I guess, and just was like, you know what, this sounds like something Todoroki would be like. Just hearing all the other bullshit in 1A and being like, oh god, I need an Advil. That was a lot. You know, if I were to go back, I probably would have duetted this in Denki, because I feel like that would be the perfect one to add to this, but I don't really know what to say about that other than I do miss that Todoroki hoodie I had. I don't think I threw it out. I think I just put it somewhere and then forgot where I put it, because I have not seen that that jacket in a long time. But it was a really fun thing to add to my Todoroki cosplays, was the little Todoroki jacket. That's really all I had to say for this one, so let's just move on to the next.
Repeat after me, okay? Your classes are online. Online. Your classes are online. The semester's over!
Yes, beautiful time of 2020 when we were all in quarantine. That is when I started, was 2020. I just had nothing to do because classes were all online, and they didn't really give us that much work anymore. They didn't even give grades for that semester. They gave credit or no credit. And so I spent a lot of my time cosplaying. That's when I really got into cosplay, because I had a lot of free time. But yeah, that was pretty much how it was, both in cosplay and out of cosplay. Online classes, nobody learned anything from online classes, I'll be honest. But yeah, perfect little sign of the times for what it was like back when I was starting out. That's all I really have to say for this one, so on to the next one.
You know, Icy Hot, this isn't such a bad date. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Bakugo.
Shoto!
Dad! Dev bitch.
What are you doing with this boy?
It's called a date. You know, something that you do with someone else that's not forced.
Get him, babe. Shoto, you dare disrespect your father like this?
Oh my god, Dad, shut up.
Toya?
Dad, Toya's not here.
But I just heard.
You're clearly senile, old man.
I'm so proud of you, Shoto.
Oh, there's a cat now.
I remember that creator that made that audio. I remember their skits. I also remember when they were moving, they were talking about how they will no longer have their classic brick wall background that they had for all their videos, and someone made an account called Trixie's Brick Wall, and people started following that account. There's no videos on it. It was just in memorial of the brick wall that used to be their background. I remember that very vividly. I did thoroughly enjoy that. I don't see much Bakugo and Todoroki ship content. Not now, not back then, so that was a fun one. But also the addition of Toya. Toya's not here, but I just heard him. But I will note that one thing that I have very much improved on since that video is angles, because if you'll notice in the video, the whole time I'm going like this. You can see my jawline more than you can see my eyes. I probably filmed it multiple times like that too before getting to that and being like, that's the best it's going to be without even noticing the angles. So I'm very happy to see that I've improved on that front at least a little bit. At least I hope so. But yeah, again, the Todoroki jacket that I very much miss. I had hoped that people would duet the video. People don't generally duet my videos, even if I'm like, duets please. But it is fun to make nonetheless. So yeah. Alright, and on to the next one.
Deku's what Kachan calls me to make fun of me.
That sounds sportsmanlike.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. You know what? I like Deku. It could make a great hero name. Plus, I think it sounds kinda cute.
Deku it is!
Just like that? Weren't you saying that it was...
That, I believe, was my very first, one of my first Uraraka cosplays. Again, in a shirt that I have not seen in a long time because I was 15 years old when I started this cosplaying stuff. Yeah, I haven't improved on that cosplay too much other than the makeup and all that time though, because I still have yet to do anything with the wig. Some of my wigs I trim the bangs or I style it a little bit or straighten it or whatever. That Uraraka wig, I have not done anything but brush it. I still have the completely uncut bangs that I just pin to the side and stuff, so I haven't really improved on that cosplay too much other than new outfits and makeup, but it was progress nonetheless, I guess. But yeah, that was pretty sure that was my first time cosplaying Uraraka, and so I was like, ooh, Ken and Adi, we're gonna start this off with a bang. Alright, on to the next one.
Ah, yes! Well, looky here, what do we have? Another pretty thing ready for me to grab. But little does she know that I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing, cause at the end of the night, it is her I'll be holding. I love you so, hey, that's what you'll say. You'll tell me, baby, please don't go away. But when I play, I never stay. So every girl that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run away, baby, before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling, cause everything you heard is true. Your poor little heart will end up alone, cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby.
That was my alternate universe Uraraka story, part 1. I remember this because during this period of time, alternate universe series for cosplay was very popular, actually. It was one of the trends that was going around, was like a character from an anime, mostly My Hero Academia, gets trapped in like an alternate universe, and like we each had our different way of telling the story, but mine was one where Uraraka from like the more canon universe goes into a world where Toga and Uraraka are both villains and both dating. And so she's like, what the hell is going on? Fun fact, I'm actually in the process of remaking this series. I really enjoyed doing this series and I decided to remake it. So if you're interested to see how the story goes and how much I've improved since I first began the story, that's coming soon. So yeah. Also, it was back in the time when I didn't know how like the timers worked or how clickers worked for video. So you can see like at the beginning and ends of these videos, it was me going up to the camera to press the I'm no longer recording button, which I eventually learned. It took me longer than I'd like to admit to learn how to use the timer function for TikTok, but I got there. And I definitely have improved a lot since then. You can also see I'm not wearing that much makeup in it because I had no idea how to do makeup when I first started. I knew how to do like some eyeshadow, but one thing I did not know how to do is eyeliner. You can see in real time my trip through learning how to do eyeliner in my cosplays, from no eyeliner to this kind of weird, kind of not really doing anything eyeliner, to my current eyeliner looks, which can be a little varied, but mostly they're in just a regular wing. So that was that's one of the things I do love noticing through all my old videos, is how much my makeup skills have improved, because that's one of the things I'm really proud of. But yeah, overall it was a very fun thing to go through. So on to the next one, I guess. Now this was my favorite era in the cosplay community. It was so fun during quarantine to do these, so let's take a look at this one.
Oh no! Because of quarantine, Deku is trapped with Toga. No.
One thing that I really loved when I started cosplaying was how much the cosplay community was working together. We would do Zoom calls, like you just saw there, moments of Zoom calls where we would do long form skits or just conversations in character or panels. That was really fun to do. It wasn't always easy to set up and do, but it was definitely a fun thing for us to do. As well as just the cosplay community was a lot more, at least from what I saw, was a lot more involved and like supportive back then, because back then it did not matter how good your cosplay was, at least because there weren't as many like beginner bashers as I see nowadays, and people were a lot more like working together, doing like support chains. Like when I first got my Momo cosplay, I found this is a like chain of people cosplaying Momo, sorry for my stuttering, and they would just, you know, go lift each other up a lot more than they do now. Nowadays, most cosplayers can't get any reach, can't get any comments. Most of them are just asking random questions in their videos, begging for some kind of interaction. And, you know, that does kind of remind me that it wasn't always that difficult. Cosplayers' reach as a community as a whole has gone up and down progressively over the years. But when the cosplay community does work together, it is really fun and really good. I definitely like rewatching that stuff. Definitely. If any cosplayers want to set up a Zoom panel and relive those fun little collaborative days, just hit me up. Alright, so I think this is going to be the last video I'm going to be reacting to for today. There's a lot that I have saved, but I'm just probably going to put them into different parts because I'm not going to do them all in one day. I don't have that kind of patience. But so let's just end it off with a simple, fun little old cosplay video.
Rawr.
That was that audio was trending around that time, and that was fun. Just doing a random little thing that I did in cosplay. Also, I missed that sweater. I wore that sweater for like I think about a year after that video was made, until I like grew out of it and it got all worn. But I did love that sweater. It was a comfy sweater, very comfy. But yeah. I have nothing really to commentate about that other than, once again, I seem to have improved a lot more in my cosplay since then, with the outfits, the makeup, stuff like that. I even styled my toga wig a while back, so the wig is a little more, you know, detailed and a little more organized than it was back then. Back then it was just a mess, but a fun mess. That's what I can say about all of my old cosplay videos. It was a mess, but it was a very fun mess to make. And I'm very happy that I got to experience being a cosplayer, and I'm very happy that I am still able to be a cosplayer today. So yeah. Alright guys, that is it for today. Thank you for watching this video. I don't know about you, but I was very happy going through some of those old TikToks, old memories, because I do remember what it was like being a beginner cosplayer. Sometimes I forget when I'm making my content why I started, which was just to have fun and improve my creative skills. And I am working on revamping some of those stories and content that I made back then, because I do miss one thing about being a new cosplayer. I do miss doing it for the fun more than doing it for the content, and I know that there's some that there are many cosplayers or content creators in general that feel the same way, but I do still love cosplay, and it's so much fun, and I was very happy to watch this again. In fact, I think watching these made me even more motivated to cosplay, because I'm like, yeah, that's what cosplay is for. Those videos were back when I put the play in cosplay. Didn't worry so much about all the technical stuff or about getting shadow banned as much. Oh, who am I kidding? Cosplayers got shadow banned to hell back then too, but I didn't mind as much back then. I didn't really care. I was a beginner. I wasn't really having a following or watching for a following. But yeah, that's all I really have for you today content-wise. So, bye. Have a great day or night, everyone.